Yo, what's going on, man? You guys are now tuned back into the Free Sauce Podcast, and we got another very special guest for you guys today. But you already know, before we get into the episode, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, hit the like button, comment, boost numbers up on this video, man. Make sure you tuning in with the Instagram page, following that. Also, make sure you following the new Instagram page, Free Sauce After Dark, for our After Dark show coming in February 2023. We got some merch on the way. We got a lot of new things coming, man. So just stay tuned in with us, as I've told you all before. But without further ado, we gonna let our guest go ahead and introduce himself, man.
Man, it's Vuitton NBT, Vuitton Badass, all that.
So, for you all that don't know, pretty much the main point of this conversation pretty much is to touch on his music career, his modeling career, and also his visual with the cameras and stuff. So, when did you realize, Vuitton, that like music, like was for you?
It was around like 15.
Like around 15. Like, what was that process? Like, how did you like stumble upon that?
Actually, I was just cooling with my brother, type shit. He was in a room up here like making beats and all that. Then he started rapping, and I was just in there chilling with him all the time. So I just started making hooks with him. Then he just started making the verse, and I just started making the hooks, and that's how it was.
So, like, what was the hardest part about making hooks? Was it like trying to figure out something that go together, or was it trying to like stay on top of the melody? Like, how was that?
Honestly, when I first started, it was just straight melody. I ain't even care what I was saying. It was just straight. If it sound good, it is good. If it sound good, it's good.
I feel like that's a lot of rappers too. Like, I feel like sometimes like you might think whatever you saying might not correlate with the beat or anything, but whole time you don't even gotta say anything for real for like the people listening to be like, oh my, okay, that's heat.
Yeah, shit. Music, it's in the feeling, shit.
Oh yeah,
that's the whole thing.
It's the beat. It's the tempo.
I feel like it says the rhythm for all of that.
Yeah, it's the vibrations in your body to control you.
So like when you said being around your brother and seeing him work on his craft, and then you kind of picked up from that. Like, was there any type of like, did he kind of also drive you into picking music?
Honestly, he was like, once he started realizing that I can make hooks fast, he started like getting on me like, come on, let's make music type, trying to get out there.
And for everybody listening, I feel like that's a really key event in like a lot of people's life, because sometimes you might not really know like what you're capable of until like the next individual next to you is like, okay, hold on, like you are really good at this. But I feel like it's up to you to want to pursue it.
Yeah, sometimes you just need that third person perspective. You feel me? Because it's something it's a vision that you can only see, but some things that everybody else can see around you.
Yeah,
you only got two eyes.
A lot of times, we just need that one push or that little confidence boost to the point where it's like, okay, somebody else see what we see in ourselves. Okay, now I could go 10 toes behind it. Because, we got shit that is like, okay, yeah, we could do, yeah, we good at, but we don't know how good we are until we get out in the real world. And it's like, oh, shit, a lot of people can't really do what I do at this level. And that's where it comes like, okay, I got a gift and I need to take advantage of it.
Right, and also going along that too is I feel like the idea of like a lot of people underestimate themselves. I saying like, okay, I failed at something, which means everything else is not good for me. But the whole time you ain't tried everything else. You just tried that one thing, and you failed. Failure is a part of the journey.
Emotions.
I think that failure, I mean, that could be looked at as in a positive way. It's like that's one more thing to check off my list that I'm not gonna get rich. Like, that's not gonna take me to the success that I need to be at. So just check that off the list. Now it's on to the next thing. I think that's positive in a certain way. So now you got less options to choose from. Because I think that's that's something that a lot of people struggle with is, damn, what do I do? Like, or they try to stress themselves too thin by doing so many things at different times. It's like, what do I do at one time, or what do I give more of my focus to?
And it's like having like a lot of conversations with like I'm gonna say like older people has actually opened my eyes to like that. Like you saying, failure is actually a positive. I said, like, when you ask many people that are where they are right now, you ask them what was the best part of your journeys, they're gonna tell you that it was the drive, the failures. They're gonna tell you it was the failures because they didn't know, like, if I didn't fail, I wouldn't have stumbled upon the new idea, or if I didn't fail, I wouldn't know what I was capable of. So I feel like sometimes, like many people hear, is the connotation failure sounds like a terrible word. So is the connotation behind it, people like once they hear failure, they're like, okay, life is over. The whole time your life just begun just from that one failure.
I feel like a lot of things is how you take it. Like people take failure as a bad thing. People take failure as a good thing. It's about everything. It's about how people take things. I feel like, honestly, I agree with you. I feel like failure is a wonderful thing. I appreciate the lessons I learned, because without the lessons, you won't even move that next step.
And it's needed.
Yeah, it's one of those cliches we hear where people say, "Oh, you learn more from your losses than your wins," but it's actually true. What do you really learn from winning? You know, except that, oh, I'm better than him,
Right?
I'm better than whoever I was going against. Whereas if you losing, you got things that you could really work on, really pinpoint. Okay, boom, I know I need to get better at this because this is where you kick my ass at.
Right.
Whereas if you win, it's like, okay, then what do I get better at? You kind of you go into the off season kind of relax, kind of like you just got your guard down because you just won. What the
What is to look forward to now?
It's good to be the underdog.
Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, and it's like
Sure.
that's why even like back to like, it's not related but like similar to it. It's like a sporting event, a fight, anything. I most likely always roll with the underdog, just because they got something to fight for.
Real quick before we go any further, speaking of underdog, who we got tomorrow? Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
My gut says Eagles, but I know the NFL, and I know it's gonna be the Chiefs.
Yeah. You say the script got the Chiefs.
No, the script definitely got the Chiefs, because 2 Super Bowls in 5 years. That's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
That's he's the poster boy.
Yeah. Who you got?
Sure. I got Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who you got?
I'm gonna go Philly.
You going Philly?
Yeah, I'm going Philly.
My gut says Philly, but it's just the script don't align.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Philly. I fuck with Pat Mahomes. You know, I think that it's a wonderful story right now with him being injured, the ankle and shit like that. But,
and you I heard what they said. They said the players were feeling sick. They coming in with a flu game. Come on now, that script is crazy. He gonna win. They're gonna tell his ass, "Oh shit, that's the MJ."
yeah.
It's just the idea of winning 2 and 5. That's that he doesn't even got to play another game of football if he wins. If we bring him a list, he don't even ever got to start. You already has 2 MVPs.
That's true.
That's Hall of Fame numbers without even having to do shit for real.
But 2 Kansas City, 1 Philly. We'll see.
Oh yeah,
It's coming out tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it is tomorrow. And then also, let's check it. So, do you think the points is gonna be over or under? Over or under? Let's say 50. Under.
Total points.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be over, bro.
I'm gonna say over. We got 2 offenses, but we got 2 defenses. So I'm gonna say under. I'm gonna say
I'm
under.
telling me it's like the games that you anticipate the most to be like the games that don't. I'm gonna just say under.
I'm gonna say under. Super Bowl.
I'm gonna go with over. Don't listen to me.
Yeah.
But also, I want to, we had a little fun with the Super Bowl. I want to touch on I just going back to the underdog. I just feel like sometimes when your back is against the wall, is the part of you that will go to any limitation. That's in you are ready to literally do whatever to get your back off that wall. And that's why I feel like sometimes people don't realize get your back on that wall. Because sometimes you don't think clearly until you are at that point.
I'm gonna say this: a lot of people don't realize they back is on the wall. Like a lot of people so fucking they so sleep right now. They don't realize you in trouble right now. Your back is on the wall. I think you really need to go into grind mode. That's for a lot of people. You just gotta wake up, man. Just go into grind mode. But like you said, I think that hitting that rock bottom, putting your back against the wall. That's where you really see where you made of type shit.
And
everybody too comfortable. You feel me? They
way too comfortable.
Where they at? That's the real problem. They too comfortable.
Because I just feel like, I don't know, but I just feel like most people is the idea of looking at the next person to your left or to your right and be like, they're not doing any better than me, so I'm gonna stay right here. I feel like sometimes too much, it gets to the point where there's too many comparisons. The whole time they're living their life for their life. They couldn't care less what you got going on for real. But you out here trying to make sure oh, he see what I'm doing, she see what I'm doing, and all this blah 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 blah. The whole time, all you doing is you're not even going nowhere. You ain't even take a step yet.
But I think it's a study that was done. Like that's what a lot of people like. They just want to be at the point where they know, okay, he's not better than me, but I think it's like nobody's better than me, so we're all in the same class. They're comfortable being in the same class, but they don't want to be less than.
Yeah.
Like I think it's some study that been done, but that's basically what majority of people think is like, okay, I'm cool with being in the same class as somebody, but I don't want to be less than. But it's true with like human nature. We want to see people do good. We want to see people win, but we don't want to see people win and do better than us.
And I've realized too, like it's the same scenario. Like when you're like, let's say, it's like being in the classroom. I seen like, I realized most people don't put in any effort because everybody else is in the same boat. And then you got like one or two students that might actually push, and then you might have that of the one or two and just be like, all right, fuck this, I'm gonna just stay in the background.
It's just like shit. When you fail a test, the more people you know fail, the more comfortable you get with failing.
Yeah, because you're like,
oh shit, we all fail. Oh, okay,
I wasn't the only one that ain't no shit.
I used to be like that, but then I started just focusing straight on myself, and I'm not cool with it.
Right,
like
focus straight on yourself.
How did you develop that like mindset? Like how did you like work towards that? You know, because it's not something that just comes.
Because honestly, boom, I ain't never forgot this in my life. I ain't never forgot this because it was so true. So I played football my whole life, right? So I played football, and my football coach was the track coach, and I didn't want to do track because I didn't really like running like that. I was a wide receiver. Like I was cool running when I want to get the ball and stuff, but I like more like running the ball and get touchdowns and intercepting and stuff. But so bottom line, this year, like my last year, he made all the receivers and like the running backs do track. So we in track, we running. I'm fast. And it's like this dude, he right here, and I could have been way further than him. My coach keep telling me, look straight. You feel me? Because I'm running. I'm too busy looking left and see what he at and what he at right here and what they at, and I'm slowing myself down.
You feel me? Busy turning around.
So look, I look straight. I look behind myself after I'm done. I'm way further. You feel me? Right. So I took that into consideration. It made me realize a lot about life. You just focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. You'll be way further.
Stay in your lane and just run straight.
Stay in your lane. Look straight ahead. Don't be worried about what he doing. You slowing yourself down by doing that. You wasting too much time doing that. Put more time to doing what you need to do.
That's a great advice. I feel like sometimes like we take our coaches and like people that have some type of authority figures like for granted because we like they don't even know shit. Like you just telling me shit that you wanted to hear when you was a kid, but the whole time they telling you shit that you supposed to know now. Because you might not know when you might stumble upon that time. And I feel like sometimes we take them for granted because you know we grow, like as you develop and you grow, I feel like you start to think less. I start to think less. Why is this person telling me how to do what I should do in my life? But the whole time, they have done way more in their life that you are probably going to stumble upon, and you probably going to have to go that route at some point.
And I feel like, honestly, if you got like 10 old heads, they live this lesson, they live this lesson, they live this lessons. I take people should take all people advice into consideration because I can learn this lesson from this person without even doing it. You feel me? So I'm already 10 years ahead from learning all the lessons that he went through or you went through or he went through. So you just listen to their lessons. You wouldn't even have to go through those lessons to learn for yourself. So you'll be way ahead of life.
Yeah, man. The thing is, experience is the greatest teacher. So we didn't all had different experience in going through different things in life. So a crackhead got different things to tell you about than a rich and successful person. You know, a cashier got different things to tell you than somebody who drive a bus. You know, it's just we've all have experienced different walks of life, so we all got different bits and pieces of knowledge to share with you. But just because it's coming from a different person, don't mean that
it's less.
Don't mean that you should take it any lightly or is any less valuable.
For all you know, there's gonna come a time where you're gonna need it. Cause I used to be stubborn and just didn't take advice, but as I've matured and grown, I've realized some of the things that were said to me 5-10 years ago are still relevant in my life now. So if it's still relevant in my life now, it's probably still gonna be relevant in my life in the future.
I think life is just ran on a bunch of cliches. Like if you just follow all the cliches in life, all the shit that you hear everybody say, discipline is key, follow your dreams, be nice to others, all the shit like that you hear, like, yeah, fuck what he's saying. I hear that all the time. That's the shit that you really need to live by.
It's like, I feel like also the problem too, as in like, people hear that so often and so much that it's just words. Like, have you ever, like, I feel like that's probably like this what it is. Like, you hear it so many times from so many different people. You don't even value those words no more.
Because it's coming from people who don't value the words themselves.
Imagine a broke person trying to tell me how to get rich or something. You feel me? That's what it's another thing, like even like rich people, they tend not to listen to somebody they feel like that's less than them or something. But you pull up in a Mercedes, then they'll take your word to consideration, you feel?
And we experience that a lot of times. It's like a motherfucker hear a phrase, or a motherfucker hear somebody. A lot of people tell them something like, "Oh, you need to fix this. Oh, you this type of person. Oh, you this way." But it'll take for somebody who's worthy of that standard, or that's actually doing that shit in action to be like, "Oh shit, you're right," or "Oh, I'm gonna listen this time." But really, motherfucker been telling everybody your whole life, the past 5-10 years, you've been hearing this. But it takes somebody who's normally somebody who got some money to be like, oh damn, maybe let me change.
It's like that's a status.
Yeah,
that's like it's like, and it's to no fault isn't nobody's fault or anything like that. But it's just like we have allowed ourselves to be like, I'm not even gonna say it, but it's like we have allowed ourselves to be slaves to it. And I'm saying that as in to the extent that like it's needed in all aspects of life. I understand. It's needed in any type of journey you want to do. It's needed in every type of goals you want to accomplish. It's needed in any type of family you want to raise. It's needed in every aspect of life. But I just feel like as in humans, we have allowed that to be the main source of communication. As in, if somebody is giving me advice and I feel like I'm maybe richer than them, I'm maybe wealthier than them, they are broken than me, you are more likely to, look down upon them. You are more likely to be like, what is he or she saying? Like, it don't mean shit for real. But I just feel like we can't allow that to be the reason why we stop communicating with individuals. Like, I feel like it's the whole point of human nature to be communicationist. You're supposed to every type of friendship that you have with anybody, you're supposed to benefit from everybody. You benefit from me, I benefit from you. Everybody you meet, you're using them. Mm-hmm. And it's fucked up to say, but everybody you meet, everybody's benefiting from each other no matter what. So I just feel like we shouldn't allow money to be the main reason why we communicate with people or we don't. Like, I just feel like you're gonna do that regardless. You should be able to do that regardless.
I don't know. I think that is because shit, if you got more money, you got more resources, right. Obviously. You can do more things, obviously. But I think that's just how we that's just a part of wealth. It's like the amount of money you have, and two, the people that you keep around you, like your social circle.
Yes.
Like, that's kind of two big things when we talk about wealth, like the money and the people you keep around you kind of your assets and what you keep around you kind of like that could boost your wealth instantly.
Right.
What are you worth? What's your value? What can you bring to us? How can you value us? I think those are two of the biggest things in like resources and shit like that.
Oh yeah, I already know that like it comes with a lifestyle.
Yeah,
but it's just I just feel like that like.
So you saying that of somebody who got less money could damn near offer you the same as somebody who got more money?
Not necessarily offer me the same, but I'm still gonna put into consideration their offer.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like honestly, like that rich person could tell me this, all they want, all this want, and it won't really click to me. Like, and that person that I wouldn't take into consideration, he'll say like one little thing that make my whole mission change.
Yeah, and also I feel like it's also part of like I was saying, the communication, like how genuine is the person coming across? Because you can have, and that's what I'm saying. We have allowed ourselves to be slaves. I saying somebody might not be genuine towards you, but they have a lot of wealth, and you are more likely, since you're a slave to the money, will more likely want to work with them just because you are guaranteed to make a certain amount regardless. And I'm saying like, if money wasn't really like a problem, and wasn't really like, if the human person wasn't actually a slave to it, many people will actually purposely want to gravitate towards like really genuine conversations.
For real.
And I feel like that's what it's like. As a human, you want to be able to communicate, you want to be able to share, you want to be able to, help each other evolve. Because at the end of the day, we've all been evolving for the past thousands of years. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking if we're able to still evolve, we should still be wanting to help each other regardless.
That's true. 100% correct.
And then also, I wanted to just go all the way back. Look, you put that shit on, okay? You put that shit on, so
you never know who you gonna run into. What you gotta do. You never know what you gotta do with something. You feel?
You say you never know who you gonna run into. Listen to that.
You never know who you gonna run into, or what you gonna end up having to do. You never know what the day got going on for you.
Go back to what I always say, man. Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
For real,
y'all wait.
100%.
And it's sometimes even in the studio or something. Like you'll be in the studio chilling with pajamas. You'll be not that much into it. You be rapping, but then you put on the whole fit and put on everything. You be really feeling it. You feel me? So
look good, feel good.
Yeah, look good, feel good, bro. That's what I be saying.
So I wanted, like, you put that shit on. So I wanted to touch on, like, when did you eventually want to start like get into modeling? Like when did you like really put in aesthetics on your body? Like when did you really?
Honestly, it started. I went to charter school, and like we used to have uniforms. So, and I came from a poverty background, so we didn't really have that much outfits. And going to a school to a uniform, it wasn't really that much emphasis on like outfits and stuff. So I had the outfits when I went to high school, because I went to a public school when I went to high school. What's now? So then after I went to the school, I'm having like the same fits on, like every week and stuff. I'm having like I had like 5-7 outfits. So I be like, this is my Monday fit. Then I'll switch it up for next week or something, you feel me? And like, it was this one girl, I ain't gonna cap. This one girl said this guy, and no, it changed my whole. She said, I wear these pants right. She was like, you gonna wear those next Friday? I ain't gonna cap. It hurt. I was stuck for a little minute. Ever since then, I started doing a whole lot of other stuff. And started getting more outfits and all that, and I started posting my outfits and all that, and I'd be outside. People would like tell me like, "Oh, you should model." Like people that randomly would come up to me like, "You should model," or like when I post my stuff like, "Oh yeah, you should model," and people start having like brands and stuff, and like, "Hey, I want you to do my photo shoots. I want you to wear my outfits and promote the affiliate marketing type stuff." So I started really getting into that, and even before that, I just liked the outfits. Like when I was young. Like when I was young, I used to just put on outfits, brand new outfits in the house and walk around. Like my mama used to get mad at me, my OG used to get mad at me. I used to just put on like 5-10 outfits a day. Like when I was young, just walking around. Shit on. Yeah, I just like putting on outfits and stuff. Yeah, just always been like in my little superstar glow mode in my head. Like in my head, I was in a music video. You feel me?
No, that's decent though. Like yeah. I feel like that's something that like a lot of people might want to even get into, like just putting clothes on sometimes. Yeah. Like, I have a cousin who's damn near like every week, like every day, damn near wears like 5 different clothes. Like I'm just like, bro, you're not going nowhere for real. But it's just it's the idea in their head. Like you live in your own world. Yeah. You let things, you visualize things and you bring it to life.
You live in your own world. And like me, I'm real good on like spiritual. I'm real spiritual and all that. So I like meditate and all that, and I see a lot of visuals things. So. Like you even like me put on this outfit, it's a whole little theme. Like I feel a certain type of emotion. Like when I see green, I feel like energy or good or something.
Yeah, I hear people talk about that a lot. People like real into fashion or just real keen on really know like about fashion and clothes and how that could really affect your mood. Like they talk about like when they put on different colors or different themes, it's like they change a different character, so to speak. Kind of like an actor type shit. He got to get in character for these months, a year, whatever. However long the shit going on, he getting into a character for this day, for these hours, whatever's going on.
Yeah, it's like an alter ego.
Yeah, just bring the shit to life.
You know what's kind of weird? The fact that we are all wearing green.
I'm finna say matching everything. Everything matching right now.
We ain't even playing all that.
Yeah, you're right though. It brings us to life though. I like that. It brings us to life, like this whole little thing. It made me feel a certain character today.
Right.
And also going along that too, like when you put it on, Like, do you know you put it on? Like, you know, like I feel like sometimes, you know, somebody might just, you know, throw some clothes on and, you know, but every time you put it on, you know you put it on.
Yeah, it's I listen to my intuition a lot. I'm real spiritual. I listen to my intuition a whole lot. Like I go through my closet and like I just like, you know, like a scanner. You know when you go through it, you know, like when you lose something in the sand and they got the little scanner with, for the, like all the stuff.
Yeah,
you just so I don't be like I won't do it. I just go and just feel. I be like that. You feel me? Like I just feel it. It's not like a mental. It's more a spiritual thing. I just feel it, and like I just know. I used to want validation from other people, or all that. I used to have like, oh, do this look nice and this, and I stop caring about what other people think. Care about what I think, cause like even like my OG tell me, like, imagine you tell me, like I be like, this situation happened. Hey, what I should do? You be like, hey, do this, and I know what I should do, but I'm gonna listen to you. And if I follow your route and something happened that I don't like, then now I'm just messed up. I'm like, damn, I should have went my way. So my OG always tell me, make sure you go through your way, because anything you do fall out, you don't put the blame on nobody else or mad at somebody else. You just, you know, is mad at yourself type. So I started just doing my own thing.
And it's like, it's similar to what my OGs tell me. It's like, if your friend is gonna jump, are you gonna jump too?
So you gotta think about it, because you the one that's gonna have to live with the consequences, good or bad. Your friend give you advice is merely there for advice. They not gonna feel nothing that you gonna have to go through on the back end of that. So it's merely an input, and it's just some shit, just like research. You don't have to. That's not your final say so. It's just shit to collect. You just collecting data. But you yourself have the final say so in how you gonna react or how you gonna approach a situation or something like that.
Yes, and then going along that same thing too, he said advice. To me personally, like advice is not to literally direct the person to what's right or what's wrong. It's just pretty much to, like he said, give input so the person can come to a conclusion themselves. Like at the end of the day, I'm not trying to tell you, oh, what I'm telling you is correct or what's wrong. I'm just giving you options. That's all you can do for an advice. Advice is just options. It's like a multiple choice questions. It's either A, B, or C, or D. Neither one is correct or wrong. You're gonna have to figure out what the situation that comes with it. But I just feel like sometimes when people give you advice and you don't take it, they might feel like you don't respect them. But the whole time, what you're giving me is not necessarily a right answer or a wrong answer. It's just a whole filtering out process that I gotta do in my head to draw to my own conclusion.
That's facts.
I like how you said that though. Like it's kind of off subject, but I like how you said like they'll take that as disrespect.
Right.
I started learning that. Of course, it's how people take things, and of course, how people say things. But like I do, not say I'm a people pleaser, but like for example, like if I didn't take your advice, and I know you would probably feel the type of way, I'd probably tell you like I respect your advice. I like this, like what you told me, but I do whatever I did. But I at least, let you know.
No,
yeah,
like,
let you know
feedback.
that I respect, like what you did. Like it's like people don't understand. Like it's a basic, like a human behavior. People just feel some type of way.
Right.
So I started learning how people feel and start learning how to work with people.
Yeah, that's not like you said before. It's not a people pleaser. It's just you
being careful.
But he understands like how the human body works, how emotions work.
Exactly.
Right.
Emotional intelligence.
Yeah, he right. He's emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
It's not about him being a people pleaser. He don't kiss ass. None of that. It's just he understands how people react to especially motherfucker. You give somebody an opinion and then they don't take it, or they just like, nah, fuck that, or they doing it in a disrespectful way, you would feel some type of way. You damn near be like, man, I ain't never give him no
type of shit.
Nah, that's it for him. But he tell you, hey, I really appreciate that. I did really think about it, but after a little bit of consideration, I probably just gonna go with this right here. But I do appreciate you giving me that insight.
Exactly.
And then, so now he, like, what can he say after that? What?
Yeah, now you just like, it's like imagine a police pull you over, you overly nice, he can't even mean to you.
Right.
Like,
What can he really say after that except, oh damn, no problem, I'm always here for you. What can he say after that?
Exactly.
And it's also like you're saying too, like entering every type of conversation level headed. Like,
he said it right. He said it right. He said it right. Like it's emotional intelligence, and
it's like pretty much like going into every conversation with a level minded. Like you're not upset, you're not excited, because the moment you start showing emotions, that's when it's either it can work against you or it can work for you. So just walk into every conversation as level-minded as possible, taking every information you can, input, output. Just make sure at the end of the day, like, you don't allow your emotions to cloud your judgments. Because as humans, you can. It's hard to say, because no matter what, your emotions gonna be in the way. But as much as possible, just to make sure your emotions don't cloud your judgments.
Yeah, it's just learning how to manage them and deal with them. It's not that we're not telling you not to feel.
You're gonna feel regardless.
That's something we can't control. But we can
regardless.
control is how we react to our feelings, how we manage them, and where we decide to put that energy at.
Right.
It's gonna go somewhere.
And then also, I wanted to ask you, being in the fashion and world, like, what's your favorite brand? This might be putting you on the spot, but what's your favorite brand?
Hey,
And why?
Look, that's kind of hard.
You can go with 2 or 3 options. I'm gonna give you a
I'm a
couple.
weird person. Okay. I'm very, very different. I don't have no favorite nothing.
Oh wow.
I don't have no favorite nothing. It depends what I'm feeling like with my color. Like I have I have a lot of personalities. You know what I mean? So whatever I wake up feeling like whatever I wake up that day. If I'm this person this today, well I'm that today. You know what I mean? So I have a whole lot of personalities.
I feel like that's a lot of people with, like you were saying, in the fashion industry.
I got legitimately a lot of personalities.
A lot of people in this fashion industry have so many personalities.
Yeah.
You might see one side today, you might think, oh, I might know him or her. And then you are going to see a whole completely different side into this. You're like, is it the same person I just saw?
You don't know me.
So would you say it's more based on, like, I'd say probably materials and fits and shit, like colors and shit like that over brands and things like that?
Yeah, it's more about that, and it's more about quality, and more about if it stand out. I like a lot of things that stand out. I do like a scale thing. Like if I go through my class, I'm like this sort of, this is an A+. Like this is A. This is my A category.
Right.
You feel me? Like I only take pictures or do certain things in my A category.
Okay.
Type stuff. So it's like that. And it's about like quality. Like if I wash it, I feel this. I know this could last 5 years.
Stand up
I know
a few
this,
times.
Yeah, you can feel this. You can feel it. It's gonna last 5 to 10 years.
Right.
You feel me? And I wash my stuff inside out. So it's more about like the quality of that. So I like off brands. Like I don't like the top brands. Actually, I kind of more like, you know, like black owned companies or like lower companies stuff. I like the those type of stuff. I don't really too much about designer stuff. I don't care about no design at all. It's about if I like it, if it look good, I like it. You know what I mean? And of course, if I do rock designer though, if I could have a look, like recently I do got like a little favoritism towards like bait. Like
Okay.
I like a lot of bait. Yeah.
I heard their hood is comfortable.
Yeah, there's a lot of quality.
Yeah.
Like you can't even stick a pin through that. Like you feel me? Like in the little row.
Yeah, we hear that a lot of times with like just designers and people who into fashion. Period. It's just like they not big on any type of designer. It's just like whatever they feeling, man. Whatever. Like, or just when people like ask for advice, they like it's no really set way to put that shit on. It's just whatever fits you, whatever style goes with you is like what you should put on.
Mm-hmm.
But you had some interesting thing. You said you'd grade your clothes. This is my first time I've ever heard that. Like I don't know. I don't know if that's common, but like having it. So you have an A through C or like what is it like?
Yeah, I don't have no D's or F's. Yeah, I got rid of. I ain't gonna. I give it out to the shelter. I don't throw my clothes away. I give it out to the shelter because there's people out there, you know, that need it. So I have like A, B, and C. But I'm working in the next when I hit my my different chapter, my different realm. Like next year, I'm only gonna have an A and B category.
That's impressive.
You go to the grocery store looking for you. Like, you know what I mean? They think I'm for the go, so I'm at the grocery store.
Hey man, that's all I got.
That's all I got. I got rid of everything that look okay, so everything I got that look good. You feel me? That's what I've been doing.
That's really like interesting to hear too, because just the fact that like it shows that you care for what you do, like put on your body. It shows that you actually, you know, you're not going out like you said. You're not just going out here just, you know, putting anything random on. Just you making sure like you look as presentable as possible. And I feel like that's with a lot of people, even on the college campus. Sometimes, you know, like you wake up and you like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go in class with my bonnet on, go to class with my Crocs on, go to class. You know, it's just everybody has a different preferences, but it's just some people like to be presentable at any type of occasion because, like you said, you don't know who you're gonna run into.
Yeah, I just like to think about it like, how do you want to be perceived? How you want to be judged? Because that like
It's true. People gonna judge you.
keeping it real. That's how people. That's the first line of defense. Like that's the first line of judgment somebody has for you is like how you present yourself, the clothes that you wear, and how you present your face, your hair and shit like that. That's the first impression you gonna make on somebody before you could even speak.
Yeah.
Before you could do anything, before they smell you, is what they see from the physical eye, what they see from the trained eye.
Even if you redeem yourself next week, they still go remember.
They remember that first image.
Yeah, they gonna still remember that first image.
That's the boy that had on last week. Like,
they know what you had on. They remember that shit. So it's
first impression.
Yeah,
For real.
first impression, everything. But before we had started, we had talked about you doing like some digital imaging things, creating like some cool images, videos, and shit like that. So just talk about like when that started, how it started, kind of what you do in that area.
It started like when I was young. I don't want to. I ain't gonna say too much about it because I don't want people trying to take my sauce. But it started really when I was young, and I do a lot of meditating and like daydreaming and stuff like that. Okay. So I do like a lot of meditating and daydreaming and like what is called lucid dreaming and stuff like that. Okay. You know what I mean? Type stuff and like going like not saying like universe. I ain't gonna try to say it like that. Try to make it. People probably don't understand, but like it's deep. It's real deep. So I started doing stuff like that. So because when I was young, I was more of a person that I was more quiet and stuff. So I didn't really talk to people like that. It got to the point like people didn't even think I talked. Like they will actually stop the whole classroom if I even like open my mouth. They think I'm finna talk. They realize stop the whole classroom. Like he finna talk. Like they used to wish I talked. They used to like I want him to talk by the time the end of the year. So I used to just be in my head all day, even sometimes during recess. Like I just like be meditating and like I ain't like when I was young, I didn't realize what it was until now. Like I was just doing it naturally. I just sit there like everybody, like I just meditate and just dream all day, just lucid dream all day. So I just see all these images and colors and abstract and this and this and this. So I started trying to want to bring it to life. So I started editing the videos and all that. So I was editing the videos for like my peoples and all that with the green screen, like the lyrical lemonades, with the video FX and everything on the Apple iMac and all that. So I started doing all that. So I started realizing I wanted to start doing more into that, to my images and more into my art. So I started getting into all that, and I did digital media in high school. And right now, like I'm working more like on my visual media. Well, because right now, of course, I could just pay somebody to do all the editing and all that right now, but I want to learn more for myself, for real. So just in case I ain't try to rely on them, you feel me?
So you talk about one question before. Do you do psychedelics? you know what a psychedelic is? No, okay. All right. But,
we can leave it like that.
Yeah, but you talk about like lucid dreaming and things like
I think I know what you're talking about. It's crazy because I know that word and I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I just don't want to say I'm right if I ain't right.
Yeah.
Right. But what you talk about like lucid dreaming and doing things like that. Like is that something, a process like you train yourself to do like while awake or how is that going?
Like I did it unconsciously. I did it unconsciously. I didn't know what it was. I was just doing it. I was just doing it. It was that was my fun. Like that was my fun. Like I get my me time. Like I'm like, who I'm away from everybody. I can get my me time and go dream the lifestyle I want, or dream like sometimes I can like predict like the future in the way I'm like, if I dream about a situation that I'm finna go handle, or if I'm right, what if I'm depressed right now or something, I can go lucid dream, I'm in somewhere else.
So it's very intentional.
Very intentional.
Very intentional.
Yeah. But I ain't really like, ooh, let me go do this, and like knowing this lucid dreaming, knowing this, I was just dreaming. Like to me, I was just doing like what I naturally did. I didn't know what it was, no word for it. Until I got older, I'm like, oh, that's what I was doing, and I still do it. Yeah, sometimes I ain't gonna cap. Sometimes like I catch myself. Sometimes just if I'm doing like I'm actively doing something, I could be like running, and I can go there. You feel me? So like a lot of times I don't like to be in my head too much because it got like it tied to the point. When I was young, it was real mild, but now it's like way stronger. So now I can like I can like sometimes lucid dream like while I'm looking at you. You know what I mean? Like right now, I can like get to that some point. So I have to control myself.
It's like, like when kids are growing up and they have like their own wall, their own escape place to always go to.
Yeah.
That's what like it sounds like.
Yeah, it was like, yeah. Like if I'm running away from everybody, I'm like, I'll leave everybody alone. I used to love getting over by myself so I can go dream this, go dream that. Imagine you could dream. I literally dream my lifestyle. Like I could be here actually doing this. Like, you know what I mean? Experiences people can never experience what they want to experience. I'm actually doing it.
Right.
Because I'm dreaming. Yeah.
That's dope.
It's lucid dreaming, so I'm feeling like I can, you know what I mean? I'm actually there.
Damn near time travel.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like
That's the first time I ever heard somebody say that shit.
Yeah,
though.
no, for real. Like,
definitely my first time.
I definitely want to have a dream like that.
For real, it's fun.
Cause it's just like, I just feel like sometimes like you gotta like escape reality sometimes. Like sometimes it's not like reality is not the shit. The shit that we experience is not always it. Sometimes you only just want to, get in your own head and explore, and actually having a safe spot in your head that you could go to. Yeah. I feel like that'd be crucial.
For real. Find peace within yourself. You feel me?
That's 100,
And
man.
you had touched on working behind the scenes for like Lyrical and Lemonade and all that. Like, what was the fun aspect of that?
Oh, I like his art. Like I like his art. I like his art a lot. Not saying like I copy him. Like, but I like he one of the people. Like I don't usually like say people like my
Like,
what it's called
inspiration.
Yeah, inspiration, idol,
yeah.
and all that. I don't have like those type stuff. I'm not a fan of nobody. But like I guess in a way I'm a fan of his art.
Yeah, you can like. It's always like, for you to be good at something, you gotta have to appreciate somebody that's already done it.
Yeah. Like
yeah,
he doing basically like I wanted to like he doing basically what I wanted to do in a way type. You know what I mean? Like he giving me like a representation, like a base of what to work from.
Yeah, giving you a blueprint basically.
Yeah, like a blueprint of what follow in, like take that into consideration, and like move on to another one. You know,
It's
so
like,
I can.
exactly like that in the fashion world. It's like every person that's like an artist or like a creator has some type of inspiration from people of the past.
Yeah.
Like you nobody really is gonna wake up
Just
unless like you're a genius, which is only a quite few people that in this human history that's been geniuses. So unless you're a genius, you're not gonna just wake up one day with a spark in your head. You're going to look at somebody that's already done it, and then find the ways that you want to tweak it, how you're gonna make it your own to make sure it represents you, not them.
Yeah, that's something that I learned is that every thought that you have, like somebody, it's not the first time somebody has thought that. Nothing you thinking or nothing that you seeing for the first time is everything in a movie is either already happened or it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You can't physically think of, it's not physically possible to think of something without it actually coming to life.
No, that's some real shit. Especially like also going along that too. Like even in like you said, movies. Like, have you realized like in a movie when you already know what's about to happen, you don't find the thrill in there anymore. Yeah. Like you just want to stop watching it because you already. It's like you watch the first couple minutes or the first couple, or even episodes. You watch the first couple episodes, you already know what's gonna happen. So you're like, damn, this is repetitive. This shit, I need to find a new one to watch. And I feel like that's part of like the human experience. Like if you always know what the outcome is, you're gonna take away from the thrill of living life. If you always know what's gonna like, let's say you always knew what was gonna happen the next day, then what's the point of like living? Because I'm thinking to live is to have hope. You taking away that hope of a better tomorrow, or you taking up our hope of a better future, or whatever. So like, then now there's no point of being alive because there's
nothing
no
to
hope.
look forward to.
We
There's
live.
nothing to look forward to.
That's the only reason we live. That's the only reason we live, because we're looking forward to something.
You're looking forward to something.
Yeah, you wouldn't even live like that's exactly why you live, because you're looking forward. Like your hope is everything. Like that's why religion real big. That's why I feel like in a way, like a lot of people made like religions or speak on that because it give hope for people. Because sometimes like sins, like it's something to follow by, you know. Because if you ain't got nothing to follow by,
that's why they have rules and regulations. Yeah. Otherwise, this would be a wild, wild place to live. This earth would be crazy.
Yeah.
If there was no type of rules, oh my God, I don't even know what's gonna happen. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
It give them hope.
It would definitely drive this world into insanity.
That's true, man. But I want to thank you for coming on the show, man. It's really been a pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Shared a lot of gems with us, shared a lot of insight about a lot of things. just opened our eyes to a lot of things. I hope people listening at home was able to grasp what he was saying. But before we go, if you want to give the people somewhere to see you,
And
see
reach
where you
out.
post your work, reach out to you if they want to inquire, work with you, just got some questions, things like that.
On all platforms, my name is Vuitton, like Louis Vuitton NBT, VUITTON NBT.
What does the NBT stand for? If you don't mind me
I
asking?
knew you was gonna say that.
I'm just saying.
No, it means natural born talent.
Natural born
No
talent.
talent. That's dope.
I ain't gonna say the NTW.
Yeah,
because-
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's why it was NTW. My whole thing is NTWBT, but I just took the NBT part.
That's your born talent. That's dope. But it's been a pleasure to have you on here for real. And please, Free Sauce, please never stop learning.
Never stop learning, man. It's Free Sauce Podcast. We out.
And we out.
Getting started, yeah, y'all nigga ain't in this peak. Never show love to a bitch. Hot, and that's just a fact. Same that you say that you love. Beat 'em ain't once.